Hey, you! Who is in charge of this monastery?
The High Council. It is composed of the 3 most powerful magicians of our order. They consult daily in the church. The chosen of Innos are all magicians. Innos has provided them with this gift so that they are able to carry out his will on earth.
Tell me about this monastery.
It is ancient. It comes from the time before Robar I. Under the monastery are the catacombs. They stretch deep into the mountain.
Is there anything new?
I have heard of dragons and an army of evil. Innos be with us.
What about a little blessing? I could surely use it.
May Innos stand between you and harm on all the unholy paths you will have to walk.
I think I'm possessed. Can you heal me?
Not without a token of your respect for this monastery, my son. 300 gold coins.
That's too much. I think...
Not...
Great. Here's the money.
Here, drink this. May the mercy of Innos be your salvation.
Some citizens of Khorinis have mysteriously disappeared.
Take your tribute to Gorax at the monastery at once. He will handle it further.
The same is true for the investigation of the unusual earthquakes in the northeastern regions of Khorinis. So far, I have not received notice that our intervention would be required. Therefore, we are not going to take any steps in this matter.
Yes, but...
No buts. We shall proceed as we see fit, and I hope even you are going to respect that.
I've come from the old Valley of Mines.
What do you have to report?
The enemy has formed up there with an army of orcs and dragons.
We have already learned that from Milton. But what about the king's shipment of ore?
The mine they are digging for Garand in the valley cannot satisfy the demands of the king.
The days are becoming grayer, and the light of the sun is ever weaker.
I was attacked by men in black robes.
I know. Those are the Seekers, henchmen from the nether realms of Beliar. Beware of them. They will try to take possession of you. Once possessed, you will no longer be yourself. Only here in the monastery could you find help then, so be careful. Here, this rune will bring you directly back to the monastery if you need our help. Remember, we must offer resistance or we shall all be doomed.
I have come to take the Eye of Innos.
I see that you have received an authorization from Lord Hagen himself to bear the Eye of Innos. I am afraid that I have to disappoint you. We have fallen victim to a treacherous plot of the enemy. The Eye of Innos has been violently taken from these sacred walls.
Who did this?
Evil is cunning and usually works in secret. Only rarely do you see it emerge to pursue its evil machinations in broad daylight. But these days, it's a different matter. The enemy now shows himself openly in the street, in every home and every public square. This can only mean that he no longer fears any adversary and is not going to shrink back from anything. One of our most faithful followers, a candidate for the high robe of the Magicians of Fire, has changed his allegiance unexpectedly, and in an alarmingly evil manner. Pedro, the enemy, has taken possession of him, thus inflicting a terrible defeat upon us. Pedro has forced his way into our most sacred halls and stolen the eye. I fear that he simply spent too much time by himself, outside of the gates, and thus beyond the protective walls of the monastery, exposed to all lurking dangers.
Where did the thief flee to?
Pedro knocked down some of the other novices who tried to stop him and disappeared into the morning mist. Many novices have gone after him to bring the eye back to its place unharmed. If you want to catch up with him, you need to hurry before Pedro disappears out of your reach.
One more thing. Some of the roadside shrines dedicated to Enos have been desecrated by the enemy. They have lost their magical consecration.
I see, and now?
It is up to you to purify these shrines so that the situation does not escalate. Take this holy water and trickle it on the base of the shrine. With the holy words of purification, the shrine will regain its old power. Here is a map for you. The shrines which we have set up are marked on it. Now, go and perform your tasks.
Is there anything else you want to tell me?
Dismissed. You know what you have to do.
That's no secret.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
Can I be of assistance to you?
What's your task here?
My tasks are many and varied. Not only am I the steward, but I am also the treasurer. Moreover, I supervise the wine cellar, and I'm in control of the monastery's food supplies. So, if there's anything you need, you can always come to me and get it. For a modest contribution, that is.
I need a few things.
So what was your business in there, huh?
Hey,
What? What's wrong? Why are you bothering me? Can't you see I'm in the middle of an extremely complicated experiment?
I didn't mean to disturb you.
You already have. Well, what do you want?
Can I learn from you?
I pass on my knowledge only to members of our church.
Could you brew me a potion?
Do you doubt my abilities? I can brew any potion.
Fine.
Not so fast. Naturally, you must bring me the ingredients and pay a small fee for expenses, as well as for the materials.
How much do you ask?
For the brewing itself, I charge 10 gold pieces.
Brew me a potion of great speed.
All right. Do you have the ingredients and the gold?
Yes, here.
Good, thanks. I shall give you a potion now, then you won't have to wait so long.
Brew me a potion of great speed.
All right. Do you have the ingredients and the gold?
Yes, here.
Good, thanks. I shall give you a potion now, then you won't have to wait so long.
Brew me a potion of great speed.
All right. Do you have the ingredients and the...
Yes, here.
Good, thanks.
Brew me a potion of great speed.
All right.
Yes, here.
Good.
Brew me a potion.
All right.
Yes, here.
Good, thanks.
Brew me a.
All right.
Yes, here.
Good.
Brew me a.
All right.
Yes, here.
Good.
You don't have to ask me that.
No idea. You tell me.
You are not permitted to go further. Turn back.
Things I could tell you.
What room is this?
This is where they keep the holy relics of the monastery.
What relics?
Here rests the Hammer of Innos, along with the Shield of Fire. These are the most important relics of Church of Innos, outside the capital of the realm.
Tell me about the shield.
The Shield of Fire was borne by Dominic in the battle on the Southern Isles. But the power of the shield is never to be wielded again. Therefore, we have nailed it to the wall.
Tell me about the hammer.
This is the sacred hammer of Innos. With this hammer, Saint Robar slew the stone sentinel. The Holy Scriptures say that the stone sentinel was invulnerable. He stood in battle like a tower, and the weapons of his enemies were smashed on his skin of stone. With the name of Innos on his lips, Robar hurled himself at the monster and crushed it with one mighty blow of his hammer.
Tell me about the hammer.
This is the sacred hammer of Innos. With this hammer, Saint Robar slew the stone sentinel. The Holy Scriptures say that the stone sentinel was invulnerable. He stood in battle like a tower, and the weapons of his enemies were smashed on his skin of stone. With the name of Innos on his lips, Robar hurled himself at the monster and crushed it with one mighty blow of his hammer.
I'm staying out of
I'll never get this open without the right key. I'll never get this open without the right key.
You already know what I think.
What are you doing here?
I must not speak with you. It's not looked on with favor if we talk to strangers.
They're all just rumors.
That doesn't sound terribly happy.
Well, I mean, everything is just fine, really. Only, oh, I don't want to complain.
was no big deal.
Oh, come on, you can tell me.
And you really won't tell the magicians?
Do I look like I would?
All right. I have a problem with one of the novices. He's got a hold over me.
Come on, spit it out then.
Igaraz, that's the novice, found some of my private papers. He threatened to give them to the magicians if I don't do what he says.
Or believe me.
You already know what I think.
What kind of documents are those?
That's nobody's business. It's entirely my affair.
Come on, tell me.
They are entirely normal documents. Nothing special.
I won't ask any further. What are you supposed to do for him?
I don't want to talk about it. In any case, it isn't pleasing to Innos. I don't want to think what would happen if it came out.
Can't go on like this forever.
Maybe I can help you.
You would do that?
Well, that depends, of course.
Naturally, I'd pay you for that.
How much?
Of course, I don't have much money, but I could give you a spell scroll. I have a healing spell.
I'll see what I can do.
Honestly, it just has to work. It has to. So, you only need to find out where Igaraz keeps the stuff. Then you swipe it from him, and everything will be just fine.
Relax. You just continue for now. I'll see to the rest.
You already know what I think.
Are you satisfied with your task?
It's all right, but I need to get back to work. Otherwise, I'll never get finished today. I don't want to work half the night again in order to finish my obligation and stay out of trouble.
Could have told you that before.
See? That wasn't so hard.
I'll never get this open without the right key. A few lockpicks would be helpful. A few lockpicks would... Hey! We need to talk about Babo.
Yes? What's wrong?
You've got something which belongs to Babo.
What might that be?
A few papers. Babo would like them back.
He would, wouldn't he? I can imagine. Unfortunately, I prefer to keep them, which brings us to a bit of a dilemma.
Where have you got the papers?
Well, of course I don't have them on me. I'm afraid I can't help you further.
Where are they?
I have them safely locked up, and you will never get the key from me.
What was Babo supposed to do for you?
If I had known the baby would do it in his pants over a few swamp weeds, then I would have seen to it that someone else took care of the monastery garden.
He's supposed to grow swamp weed?
Of course. Since none of that stuff comes out from behind the barrier anymore, the price in the city has tripled. It could have been a good bargain for everyone involved. But Babo didn't want to play along.
How much do you want for the papers?
Actually, they're almost priceless. You very rarely see something like that here. But I have no desire to wager my future against a few gold pieces. 300 gold pieces, and you can do what you like with the papers.
Never try to steal from me again!
Just you wait, you son of a...
Yeah, that's the ticket!
Finish him!
That's the ticket!
Brutal fellow.
Theft is a violation of the rules of the monastery. These transgressions must be punished. Thus is the law of Innos. You will pay an appropriate penalty to the monastery.
Well, how much?
200 gold pieces.
I haven't got enough gold.
You should have thought of that before you committed those transgressions. Perhaps you have learned from this. Cause no more trouble, then you will not have to pay.
There's more, believe me.
You don't have to ask me that.
That was no big deal.
You already know what I think.
That's no secret. I'm staying out of it.
See, that wasn't so hard.
Hey, you! I've got your documents.
Really? Oh, thanks. You've saved me. I don't know how to thank you.
Yeah, just calm down.
Are they really mine? Are you sure? Show me.
Here they are.
Yes, they're complete. Did you look at them?
Does that make a difference?
No, just as long as I have them back. Whew, now I hope I can rest easy again.
Are you satisfied with your task?
It's all right, but I need to get back to work. Otherwise, I'll never get finished today. I don't want to work half the night again in order to finish my obligation and stay out of trouble.
Hey! Do you know where Pedro is?
Do you think I'd be standing around here if I knew where the renegade was hiding? He must pay for his deeds. I hope we manage to get the eye back. You have to help us. Find him and bring back the Eye of Innos.
Have you seen a novice walk past?
Yeah, sure, he went, that way. He jumped into the water off the bridge and swam like a shark was after him.
If you're headed for the monastery, you should talk to Milton. He'll surely be able to help you.
What do you think? Would they let me in there at all?
Perhaps, but the way you look, I can hardly imagine you in a novice's robe.
Enough of that nonsense. Novice's robe, indeed. It's the grub I'm after, or I'll be forced to eat the bark off the trees next.
You'd better get off the road.
Don't worry. I've already noticed that the wilderness out here has become damn dangerous in the last couple of days.
Hey, you! Show me your wares.
May Innos watch over you always.